Hi, I'm Jillian and welcome to the show. I offer spiritual growth for the rebel soul, guiding you through the labyrinth of your own ascension path. This show is for the rebel souls that challenge the status quo, those that crave authenticity in every single aspect of their lives, that desire to embrace their uniqueness, follow their passions, connect to their soul, and live according to who they truly are, even if that means having the courage to go against the grain or the norms of society. If that's you, my spiritual soul seeker, rebel warrior, then this is the place for you. On this podcast, we speak about everything from spirituality, sexuality, conscious relationships, business, and literally everything in between. So if that's your jam, then stay tuned. And go on, be a rebel and subscribe. You know you want to. Hello and welcome back to the podcast, my little rebel souls. So today I wanted to dive into a realization that I've been having over the last few months. And that realization is about my work, my purpose, and ultimately the people that I've realized that I'm truly here to serve in this lifetime, in this part of my journey. Now, for those of you that may or may not know, I was in the world of career consulting and recruitment for a very, very long time. I spent 11 years in that industry, and I even flew to the other side of the world, to Australia, where I live now, to launch my very own digital media marketing and technology recruitment company. And I built and scaled that business for 7.5 years, and it was very successful. It was a 7-figure business. And, over the 11 years of my career, I spent all of those years helping people to find their paths, find a business, a career, a role that really truly resonated with their gifts, their talents, and their goals, guiding them towards their careers that weren't just jobs, but, true callings. And there was honestly something so magical about seeing someone just light up when they, finally step into alignment with their purpose, when I've helped them to navigate the most amazing role for them, for their career, for their progression, for something that truly fit who they were. And likewise, I worked with some of the most forward-thinking and progressive brands and businesses globally within the digital media and ad tech sphere, which was my specific area of expertise. And obviously I built a team within the other areas, but that was mine. And I got to work with, as I said, some of the most forward-thinking and progressive businesses that truly, wanted the best for their business, for their teams, for the well-being of the future of their staff. And again, I was just speaking to someone about this the other day, and I was saying how there's so many synchronicities with the skills that I built being an entrepreneur, being in business, and being within that specific industry, which was the career consulting industry. I got so much fulfillment out of it when, I'd worked with a client or worked with a candidate for such a long time, and they were so grateful at what I'd helped them to achieve, from a candidate's perspective, finding that dream job, which, as we know, our careers and feeling that sense of meaning, belonging, and purpose, and obviously pay, is such a huge part of our life, right, as a human on this earth. And, we all want to have that level of purpose. And, the same with the businesses that I worked with. Again, just knowing how grateful and respected they felt that my service was just so amazing for me. That journey that I went through with all of those years within recruitment and running my other old business was such an honor. And of course there was ups and downs of it, but I honestly loved every moment of it. That part of what I used to do was a thing that I loved so much. It was the people, it was the helping them to truly align and find something that meant something to them, that meant such a big part of their life. And as some of you, well, you know now, like I took a huge leap. I took a huge leap a few years ago and I left my 7-figure recruitment business behind. The business that I had painstakingly built and scaled and grew an amazing team for 7.5 years. You know, flying to the other side of the world, flying from London to Australia to build this all from scratch, you know? I left it all behind because I had to follow a calling that was even stronger. And whilst, you know, that part of my life, that huge phase of my life was super important, it's like as we evolve and we grow, we are culminating skills and gifts and talents and becoming more of our own authentic true self. That, again, I just couldn't not follow my calling. And my calling was the one that brings me here today, talking to you on my podcast. And that is into the realms of psychic healing and spiritual coaching and soul work. You know, it was really a journey of deep surrender and faith, honestly, letting go of everything that I knew, you know, the perceived safety, the structure that I had built, I had created. But I just knew that I had to step into my new purpose. You know, that other business that I built was my purpose at that point until it was no longer. And there's something that I want to really say to a lot of people. It's like it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to make a shift. You do not have to stay where you are. You can shift, you can transform, and you can move into something that is so much more aligned, so much more empowering. You know, I felt trapped in my business for a very, very long time because I knew that for a long time I wasn't meant to be there. I knew that I was meant to step into this work, but I was terrified. I was terrified of leaving everything that I knew, again, to be my safety, to jump into the abyss and to jump into the unknown. But again, I trusted my intuition. I trusted my abilities. And of course, they wavered at times. And I, you know, asked for my guides to catch me. And they did. And I stepped again into my purpose, into this business that I now have built, which is all rooted in the things that truly helped me transform, which was my spirituality, healing, and all of the transformative work that I now do. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping other people to do the same, because it was so life-changing for me to step out of an old version of who I was and to heal on so many levels, to transform, to quantum leap on every single level, mind, body, and spirit. And yeah, and I guess in this new chapter, I've realized something really extraordinary. Like, my work now is not just supporting people in healing or helping them to connect to their spiritual gifts. It's really about something so much larger than that, you know? Like, from the work that I've done and from the clients that I've attracted, I realize that I'm here to support the next wave of change makers, the next wave of healers, the next wave of entrepreneurs that are here to shape the world into something new, something more conscious, something more healed, and something more purpose driven. You know, it's like my entire journey in recruitment, my years of learning how to recognize talent and potential have literally come full circle, because that's actually what I'm so freaking good at doing. I am so good at seeing the gifts and the talents and the potential that someone has and how to weave that out of them so that they can fully step confidently into their gifts, confidently into what they're here to share with the world. Because honestly, and this is something that again, it just popped up to me today as I was about to record this, I always remember from such a young age, I always remember thinking to myself, and whether I said this out loud or not, I do not know, but I always had this feeling like I would see my dad, for example, unhappy in the work that he was doing, and, you know, he would be miserable, and it would affect his mood and all these things. And I always had this feeling inside me, like this deep knowing, this deep resonance, that I'm like, why can't we all just do the work that we're supposed to do? You know, we all have unique gifts and talents. We all have a unique personality, a unique perspective on things, a unique voice. Like, why don't we all just get to do the things that we love to do and help each other by doing those things? And it was only until I went back to a lifetime in Lemuria, going off topic here, but this is what you're going to get. I went to a lifetime in Lemuria, and that's actually how society worked. I was told and I was shown that this is exactly how society was run. It was for the common collective. There was people that had natural affiliations, passions, and gifts for science and technology and building things. And then there was the people that loved to work with the animals or to cultivate the earth and grow food for the whole society. And it was not about greed. It was not about hierarchy. It was not about imperialism. It was about us all doing the things that truly lit us up, what we were friggin' born to do. And I get really passionate about it because it is something that I feel so passionate about. Like, I am here to support the rebel souls of this world. And that's why my program is called the Rebel Psychic School, because it's the rebels of the world that want to live a life that is so authentic to them that they start to get to a point where they're like, I cannot be in this place or this relationship or this situation that feels so inauthentic, where I cannot share my truth, where I cannot feel free, where I cannot make a difference and make an impact in the world or in the lives of other people. Like, these are the people that I'm here to serve. The rebel, because you have to be a rebel to go against the status quo, right? The status quo of how things are, how, corporate is, how structure is, how organizations have been created. And it's like, no, like, I'm kind of here to burn this shit down, quite honestly. I'm here to burn the way that we do things, burn the way that business runs, the way that people are kept in a state of asylum or prisons within their work or within their lives. I'm here to set people free, quite honestly, because this was part of my journey. I felt trapped for so long in different aspects of my life, within my own emotions, within my own beliefs, my own mental field, my own capabilities. And when I worked through and transformed that through the work that I do, this healing work that I do, the transformative work that I do, I realized, like, I am so capable of things that are beyond my even wildest dreams. And this is what I've come to realize, is like, this is like my superpower, right? Because I can see that in everyone. I see everyone's potential. And listen, look, in the past, that has definitely got me dating the wrong people. But when I'm talking about, what people are here to do, what their true purpose is, to awaken their gifts, this is what I'm really, really good at. And this is what I'm so passionate about. I'm so passionate about empowering people to connect to something deeper than themselves and activate their own gifts and step into their own purpose, because we're all here to do something that is so unique to us and to align to our values, our passions, and our soul mission, because we all have a soul mission here on this earth. And the question is, it's like, are you ready to take that step and have the courage to take those quantum leaps and the leaps out of everything that you've always known to have something better? And that's really, I think, what I'm here to do, and what I've realized that I'm fully here to do. Now, as I said, the clients that have found their way to me by now are the ones that feel, again, the rebel souls, baby, the rebel souls. I just love you guys, honestly. And I don't know why I'm getting a bit emotional at speaking about this. I think it's because it just resonates with my soul so much that the emotionality is just there. And I'm an emotional person anyway. Like I'm so clairsentient. I feel everything. So I'm feeling the deep soul resonance with the words that I'm sharing with you, because I'm so passionate that this is who I'm here to support, and these are the people that I'm here to guide, because I realize the power struggles and the greed and the lack of freedom and the control and the systems and the injustice that many of us have experienced in our lives. And I'm here to support and guide and empower the next future change makers and authentic leaders and business owners and coaches and healers and empaths and all these people that are the future visionaries of a more conscious world. Yep. These are the people that have that unshakable pull towards a life purpose. They've probably questioned their purpose or feel like they kind of are on their purpose or are stepping into it. Or, I work with a lot of people that are in that transitionary period. But, many of them, like myself, have built careers that are, let's say successful by traditional standards, right? But they still feel this inner restlessness, like a yearning for something deeper and something that truly aligns with their soul's mission, because that was exactly what happened with me. It was like on the outside world, I had it all, right? I had a business that I built and scaled. It was doing 7 figures. I built a great team. I was successful when it came to business. We had a great reputation. I had great clients. I mean, all the things. But there was still something missing. And for me, I had to find out what that was, because I honestly felt like I could not continue. And I started getting miserable, honestly, because I wasn't listening. For a long time, guys, I know I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't listening. I was too afraid to make the move. And you guys might be in a very similar position than I was. But, a lot of my clients, like, they're like me, again, driven by this need to contribute to the world in some way, driven by a need to heal themselves so they can heal others, so they can create products or services or spaces where, more consciousness, more awareness can really flourish. And honestly, every time I meet one of these amazing people, it's like I'm watching the spark of like a new world come to life, one that's driven by empathy, one that's driven by healing, and one that's driven by like a commitment to something greater than just the self. And it's like a mirror, right? It's like the soul resonance is there. And I always say this, I say this to my clients. I'm like, how will my clients like become my friends? Because I come away from sessions and I'm like, I fucking love you. I feel that way about them because, again, I see them so deeply. I see their potential. I see their soul. I see them at the core and how amazing they are. And that's the role. That's my role. This is the role that I play, Like in some ways it kind of feels like I'm still doing what I did in the recruitment world, like, but on a soul level, It's like I'm guiding them through this process of discovery and helping them strip away the blocks, the fears, the doubts that really cloud their vision, cloud what they're really here to do. And like, I feel like I'm able to really hold space for them to, one, only recognize their gifts, but also the purpose that lies underneath all the layers of conditioning and all the layers of expectations that we've all had put upon us, that we've all taken on as our own. And through teaching them to trust their own inner guidance and to listen to the wisdom that's always been there, they're really like the transformation and the change and what my clients go on to do on their own path to purpose and potential and prosperity is honestly phenomenal. And this is where I created my unique path framework. It's about activating your own intuitive and psychic gifts, trusting your own intuition, Therefore, then you can connect deeper to your purpose. Then you can connect and heal the relationship to yourself, to others, because we all have wounding from other people, which is a huge part of my role, guys. Whether that's past lives, this life, ancestral, it's all there. It's all there. Our beliefs, our emotions, we all have trauma, right? So shifting and transmuting that is really when we are fully able to take aligned action and step truly into our purpose. And that's when the energy shifts and it's like we're able to truly manifest what we've come here to do. And for some of my clients, it's about finding their voice. For some, it's about, taking the leap of faith and stepping into that role that, maybe feels risky or even radical for some. I've had huge quantum leaps of people that have gone from like super corporate to something that is just so uniquely them and off kilter, but like phenomenal. And for others, it's really about building like a foundation in their personal life so that they can show up with more strength and more clarity in their work. Because as like our personal impacts our purpose, like you cannot be a true authentic leader in business or in your life in general, or to truly be a change maker in whatever way you're naturally gifted to have impact on, if your personal life is a mess. It just cannot happen. So that's where like a lot of the foundational work happens. It's like healing all the stuff that we need to heal. It's just part of the journey, guys. And for others, it's really about embracing their own healing journey. Like I said, it's like it's one that allows them to let go of the past traumas, the patterns, the fears, so they honestly can just be that vessel of change for others. And again, this is why I've created the path framework, because it's like it's about the intuition, it's about the energy, it's about the transformation, the healing, and taking the aligned action and knowing that you have that support to do so. Because I genuinely truly feel that we cannot step into our true purpose unless we've done this work. Like, we just can't. So, I guess in a roundabout way, my journey has really shown me the skills and the insight that I developed in my corporate life are, not only still so relevant, but are actually essential. And this is what this is part of the conversations I have with clients. It's like everything that we've done, all our experiences, not just in this life, but on a soul level, all of the experiences that our ancestors have had, that we've had in our past lives, are all here to create who we are and our natural gifts, talents, abilities, experiences that make up what we're here to do and who we're here to serve. So everything that we've done is never a waste. It all has meaning. Nothing is by chance. Nothing is coincidence. Nothing is lost or wasted. It's all part of our growth. It's all part of our evolution. It's all part of our journey. And my previous experience really allowed me to see the potential in all of my clients, to understand the intricate dance between vision and spirituality and practical action. And I've learned that we all need a blend of spiritual insight and grounded strategy if we're going to make real lasting change in the world. And I think that's why although all the stuff that I do is healing and spiritual, like by nature, that just allows the vehicle for insight and wisdom and creative solutions so that we can then take practical aligned actions. And that is something that always comes through with all of my clients in any of my sessions, is I need to make the spiritual practical. And this, I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, guys. Like, I've got a lot of Libra, Scorpio, Sag, and Virgo. So the Virgo is the practical element in me. It's like I although, I'm esoteric and I'm woo and I'm channeling and, we get all of these amazing insights. For me, it's like, okay, cool. Well, we have access to all this amazing information from all these spiritual realms and higher dimensional beings that we can all tap into. We can also tap into our own unconscious and subconscious. But I like to then, okay, well, how can we use that information in a really practical and grounded way to support our life here in the physical, here as a human, here in like the reality of life, right? And, you know, there are some spiritual teachers out there that don't do that. There are some spiritual teachers that are just all about the woo and, you know, all about the higher dimensions and, you know, and speaking language that a lot of people don't even understand. But for me, it's like, well, no, how can this help you? Like, how can this help you to have the better relationships? How can this actually help you to build the business of your dreams? How can this help you take that quantum leap? How can this help you shift your mindset? You know, that's always been the way that I approach any kind of spirituality or healing. There's always an action and an outcome out of it. So these amazing, incredible souls that I get to work with, who are they? You know, because I feel like it's really important, and this is just something that I've recently noticed just by having so many clients. And again, this is the Virgo in me, but I see patterns. Like, I love I love data. I know. I'm like super creative and super spiritual, but then I'm also like super analytical too. So I feel like I'm quite like balanced down the middle. And again, probably the Virgo in me. But it's like, I like data and I like patterns and I can see those things. So of course, you know, I like to understand like what's the commonality, what are the common themes, what are the common things that I'm seeing with my clients, because when I understand my clients better and the people that are drawn to me that I've helped transform, I can better show up for them. I can better create offerings and services that align to my people. So I love to look at data. Okay, and this is also another conversation, guys. Is it data or data? Because, you know, it depends if you're from America, the UK, or Australia. This is a conversation that I used to have when I was in recruitment, obviously, because I worked in the digital marketing, technology, and media field. And data is something that is talked about a lot. So yeah, we would always have these conversations. Anyway, sorry guys, I digress. But going back to the awesome people that I get to work with. You know, like some of them are professionals in corporate at a crossroads, very similar to me, right? You know, people that are leaving behind the security of a stable career to walk a path that feels, you know, risky, but honestly so right. Those are some of my clients. Some of my clients are founders of startups, like super entrepreneurs that really want to heal or bring a level of consciousness to, you know, maybe some industries that are broken. I have creatives that use art or music as a medium to really talk about a message and shift societal norms, because it is like, honestly, the creatives, you guys have such a voice, and to connect to people on an emotional level is extremely profound. It really is. You know, some of my clients are healers or coaches, and you know, they're here to bring light into people's lives. They're here to shift and heal. You know, some of my clients are educators in the caring profession. You know, and some are activists that, you know, that are really here to speak up for what's right, like no matter the cost. Like I said, the rebel soul. If you go and Google or put into ChatGPT, what are the traits of a rebel soul? You're gonna see them. And all of my clients have all of these. And, you know, I guess, although they have completely, you know, I've got corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, healers, psychologists, carers, like, although they're different roles, right, and they may not seem connected in any way, what actually unites them is just that deep-seated knowing that they're here for more. That they're here to help society evolve in some way. You know, they're here to help people wake up to their own potential and purpose. And it's through our work together that they can fully step into that calling, you know, equipped with clarity and confidence and the spiritual tools that they need to really serve their mission, you know. And I honestly believe that we are all part of a larger tapestry, you know, that we're all being called to heal, we're all being called to evolve, you know, not only for ourselves, but for the collective. For everyone that you touch, for everyone that you influence by being your most authentic self, change happens. Like, we are all so interwoven and interconnected that we have an influence on each other, right? So, you know, it's like every person that I guide, every future change maker, every future healer that I support is part of this. Like, I just see this as this grand movement. And it's funny, one of my clients, he's like, "You're building a rebel army." And I'm like, yeah, I dig that. I love that. But it's true. It's like, I do believe that all of my clients, because they're going to have different roles, and especially when they fully step into that and they start to scale and do all these amazing things that they're here to do. Like, I know I'm here to build a network. I know I'm here to build a future army of change makers, of people that are truly here to make a world that's more compassionate, more aligned, more awake, you know. And I'm here to birth those leaders, those who are going to carry that torch forward. And there's something, like, I always say this, you know, like, I always believe this our creative flow, we're here to create as humans, right? As souls, we are here to birth new into the world. And if that's not birthing children, then it's birthing ideas, concepts, projects, visions, offers, you know. And I do believe that this is what I'm here to birth. I am pushing I am popping these new leaders out, these new earth leaders out. They are no drugs needed. They're getting birthed. So I guess I just want to put a call out, right? Like, herald my call. Like, an almost, like, let's say a mating call, but without the mating. Again, I digress. I'm just in my little, I'm having fun with this one. I'm really having, as you can tell, I'm having fun with this one. So hopefully you are too. And I'm not here just laughing at myself. But also, if I am, that's cool. So if you are what I would consider, let's say, a conscious entrepreneur, you know, who's realized that they really want to redefine what it means to run a successful business, you know. And this is something, again, that I work through, of being in burnout and being in the masculine and being in the work culture, to redefining what it meant to be in business and to build my business in the most aligned way, and to honor rest and to honor cycles, and to make a difference, to actually use business as a vehicle for purposeful change in the world. And, like, again, if that's your focus, to create a purpose-driven company that focuses on, again, see, this is where some of my clients come in, because their focus is sustainability, social impact, ethical practices. You know, perhaps your business is all around creating future change through your offerings, through your products, through your consulting in some way. Like, one of my clients, gosh, he's amazing. You know, his he actually has this. He has a purpose-led consultancy, and it's about creating a smaller digital divide in Australia. It's about helping Indigenous communities to get access to digital services and communities. There's a whole health and well-being aspect of it. I mean, it's really cool. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Those are the future leaders that I'm really here to support. And for you guys, if you're listening, you know, I'm really here to help you lead with authenticity, which is huge. Like, for you to create this purpose-led business, to help you lead with authenticity, to help you lead the team, your business partnerships, and align your business and the people within it to, your deepest values, and your intuition, so that you can truly create something that resonates with your soul purpose. Because if you're called to do that, then that's what you're meant to do. But, first, we really have to start looking at some of those blocks, some of those limiting beliefs that can hold you back, and I'm going to support you into trusting your inner guidance, so that you can make those business decisions from a place of like true integrity and alignment. Like what I've realized is that my clients that are in this space, that is the key. That is the thing that is going to really shift the needle. And for one of my clients, he is now oh my God, his business is going to blow up. There's discussions around $1 billion opportunities. And yeah, it's really amazing and beautiful to see how much quantum leap he has made and how much of a difference he is here to create through purpose-led business. So honestly, it's such an honor to help those visionary type entrepreneurs like pave the way for business that, prioritize people and the planet rather than just profit. The profit comes, but when we look at it from like, how can we serve instead of how can we make money, is like, again, is the game changer. It's how things shift and change. So if this is you, reach out. I am here to support you on your journey. And then there are the healers and the wellness practitioners of the world, the Reiki healers, the therapists, the holistic coaches, the energy workers. I'm here to give you guidance to help you fully embrace your gifts, to develop the confidence in your abilities, and to build a practice that truly aligns with who you are. Like, I know, because I had it too, that like so many healers struggle with imposter syndrome. Like, you struggle with self-doubt, and I've got the tools and the support to help you overcome all of that, so you can really be confident in your role as a healer, because you're here to help heal and support whoever it is that your soul clients, mind, body, and spirit. Like, it is so key. So one big thing that I've noticed with you guys is that we're really here to strengthen your energetic boundaries. You cultivate resilience so that you can truly serve who you're meant to without completely losing yourself in the process. And this is why I do believe most healers, most people that are here to be a wellness practitioner, never fully make it off the ground, or don't have the resilience to scale and build the business that they want. They end up going into people pleasing, overgiving, all the things. So yeah, honestly, so key, because you're here to do a big job, guys. You're here to do a big job. So if you're listening, I'm here to support you. And I also have the pleasure of working with spiritual teachers and other psychics, obviously, those that are stepping into their own unique role as guides for others, to help others to connect with their intuition, to follow a spiritual path, to find their purpose, like whatever it is. And my role with you, really, honestly, is to help you to cultivate your gifts, because there's probably gifts there that you haven't fully awakened and that are so unique to you and your soul's path, that I'm here to help awaken them for you. Like, I'm here to help you build your confidence, so like you can really share your wisdom with the world and speak your truth. Because again, a lot of the people that are here to move into these spiritual teaching or psychic roles, a big part of some of the things that you are potentially struggle with is speaking your truth, is your communication. But that's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to do. You're here to trust yourself, and trust yourself implicitly, because that's how you're meant to help people. So again, I'm here to help you refine your intuitive skills, develop your unique teaching styles, and make sure that you're just so grounded in your purpose. Because again, this is something that I went through as well when I was scaling and building this business. It was like, it's all stages and phases, right? So if that is you, I'm here to support you on your journey, because we need you. And then coaches and mentors. Again, I've got clients that are coaches and mentors from like a range of backgrounds, from fitness coaches, life coaches, business coaches, relationship coaches, who all have like a unique perspective on what they do and how they do it. And they're all meant to have that. So if you're a coach, then I'm here to support you to, one, deepen your understanding of your own intuition, to develop your coaching methods that are going to really align with your authentic self, because you're here to make a lasting impact, and a business that is successful, that's fully aligned with your purpose, that feels good for you, So if you're ready to make quantum leaps in your business and serve your soulmate clients, then I'm here for you. Reach out. And then we have, honestly, some of the most beautifully inspiring people that I work with are educators, mental health and care workers. And, these people, like, you guys are dedicated to serving vulnerable people. The teachers, the counselors, the psychologists, the social workers, or the caregivers. Honestly, you guys are some of the most compassionate and empathic as fuck people that I know. And your work, you work under super challenging circumstances. So for you guys, I realized that I'm here to help you, one, maintain your energetic and emotional boundaries. Your work can be exhausting and emotionally heavy, and, so many of you face and take on the weight of your client struggles. Like, I had one client that, because she was so empathic and actually very clairsentient, which was one of her psychic senses, she was absorbing and taking on the physical symptoms of her clients unknowingly. And of course, she's going to be drained and exhausted and, all over the place emotionally. You guys, you need this more than anything, because it's so important for you to protect your own well-being as you care for others, and develop emotional resilience, develop like self-care practices, connect to your intuition, and like become more attuned to the needs of the people that you're there to support. Like, your role is to lead with empathy and intention, and together, like, I'm here to support you in releasing any trauma or compassion fatigue that you've absorbed, so you can really like be in such a renewed energy when you're doing this work, because it is vital work, guys. What you do is really important. And again, you're here to support the people that need it the most. And then flipping from that, not so interestingly, because I was in corporate too, but some of my clients are from the corporate world, and they are, let's say, they're more empathic or conscious leaders, and they're very much here to bring those traits into environments that often prioritize profit over people. So a little bit like the other guys that I mentioned that are here to build sustainability and social impact and stuff. These guys can interweave with the other guys, because it's all about bringing authentic leadership. But these guys specifically are all around, I guess, bridging that gap as managers, executives, team leads, bridging the gap between spirituality and like the corporate culture. Like, they're really here to create like a more human-centered leadership culture, which is honestly vastly needed from someone that's worked in that world and worked with inside many businesses. It's needed. Great management is a frigging skill. It is not easy. I obviously managed a big team, and I was still delivering and working with clients, and it is honestly a skill. And when I first built my business, I had to learn as I go. I made mistakes, but it was a skill that I was really determined to learn, because like, how many times have people left their job because they've had a rubbish manager? It's so common. Listen, from someone that was in recruitment for 11 years, I'm very well aware that good leaders are friggin' vital to any business and to the careers and the mental health of your teams. So if that's your role, then my role is to help you trust your intuition, so you can make decisions from that heart-centered place. Even when it goes against the status quo, for you to like just truly trust yourself. We work on managing stress and leading authentically in a way that just inspires those around you. So, it's really important for you guys to stay connected to your values and your intuition. And that's the way that you guys are going to be able to make impact from within, which, again, helping that corporate landscape to be more mindful and more inclusive, because that's where we need to go. And again, business has a huge role to play in healing the world. And we need people that are within business. We need people that are entrepreneurs. We need people that are leaders to have that influence from within. So if that's you, reach out. And then who do we have? Oh, and then we have my creatives and my artists. Connected deeply with my heart, because I have this element too. My storytellers, my writers, my painters, my musicians, my filmmakers. You guys are here to use your beautiful talents, and talents that you have cultivated over lifetimes. You are honestly here to use those talents to shift perspectives. You're here to evoke deep emotion in everyone that you touch through your art, that you touch through your work. Through art, through creativity, we're able to convey just important messages, important messages that inspire empathy, that challenge social norms, that are something that you're passionate about, that are really here to call for justice in some way. I guess through time, art has always been one of these mediums that have been used by the rebels, by the anarchy, but to make change, to shift things. And the artists of the world, the creatives of the world, you guys have a real voice, and you got the talents to back it up. So my job with you is really about you to help you break through any creative blocks, and for you to trust your creativity is such a powerful force for change in the world, because it is. I'm really here for you guys to help you dive deeper into your purpose, because you have a purpose with your art. And I'm here to help you align your art with the messages that resonate with the evolving consciousness of today, of what you're really passionate about, and what you're really here to say, and what you're here to change and make influence with. So you guys also have a lot of limiting beliefs, right? So, we're here to shift those limiting beliefs. You're really here to be able to stand and fully embrace your unique voice, your unique perspective, and bring that transformative art to the world. I've got one client that has stepped out of corporate marketing, financial corporate marketing for years, and stepping into their role as a DJ and in music, and also as a healer. And some of the stuff that came through is so cool around her personal journey and adding this uniqueness to her music. It was on, I won't go into details, but it's actually such a cool commentary on this very specific topic that is just so cool that came through for her to really work with. So yeah, stuff like that. It's so cool that the creative solutions and the creative insights that come through that for your art are just wild. So it's just beautiful, and I'm so happy that I get to support, again, these healers, these change makers of the world, the people that are really here to make impact and make a difference in a world that, isn't aligned, isn't balanced, and isn't fair, because that is the world that we live in, guys. It is. So my closing thoughts for you, because I know this is run on. So I guess if you're listening and you feel that kind of tug on your heart, that feeling that you were meant for something more, that your gifts could be used in a way that truly impacts the world, just know that you're not alone. This is your calling, and this is what I'm here to support you to do. Together, like, we are all stepping into a new era, one where purpose and passion just aren't words, but they're ways of life. Standing up for believing in your purpose, standing up for believing in what's right, and be willing to take that leap of faith and show up to step into the unknown is the epitome of the rebel soul. And just know that we're in this together. I am creating this beautiful army of rebel souls that are change makers, that are healers, that are here to do amazing things and create a world that's not only successful, but soulful. Just let that sink in. Because we can have both. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. And again, if this resonated with you, if you feel the calling, then reach out. I love to support you on your journey to become the change maker that you are meant to be. So until next time, keep shining, keep healing, and keep stepping into your purpose. I love you guys lots and lots, and I will see you on the other side.